Be still, Victoria.
Yeah, no.
No moving for you. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun. On our 30th of December, it's getting real close. 2020.
Yeah,
And the title of
useless
today's show is Invisible Scene Manifesting.
It's artificial, useless distinction.
And it's part 2 of Scene or No Scene Manifesting.
Tell you what, we'll have to call it that for whenever, whenever we do the whole thing with, it's a happy new beer or whatever, you know, like it's the day of useless distinctions. It is. I mean, like, seriously. But more on that later.
More on that later,
yes. Michelle.
Hello, and Valerie.
Oh, my God.
Ashley. Ivana.
Look at all the triple D.
Sizzler.
People, yo, sizzle.
Cool.
All right, so today, guys, we're going into scene or no scene manifesting, part 2, invisible scene manifesting. But I think you said that.
I did. I said all of that. So
I suspected so.
Go to freeneville.com.
That's right.
Subscribe to our 221 email list.
Yo, Terry.
Get an email every single day until you die.
That's right.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right. Who knows what this means?
Half a donut.
Half a donut. Yo,
cheap-ass cup of
remember
coffee.
Ryan?
How do you do that one?
Half a...
Oh, it could be. So that's half your donut.
Half a
like
donut.
Half a cheap-ass cup of coffee.
Yeah, but it's actually a full cup of coffee.
Oh, it's a full cup. Okay. Yes, and what's it costing you not to do it?
According to Rob Begg, I agree. Seriously, what is dicking around costing you?
Yeah.
I believe in slow.
Slow and easy, all right.
Yeah, whatever.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right. So, Victoria,
yes,
let us recap. Because yesterday we talked about everybody's manifesting with scenes all the time, and it was a trick question, right?
Yes.
Scene or no scene manifesting. You know? Yeah, you're doing it all the time. The problem is most people think a scene is like a 4-hour movie with Technicolor and popcorn and surround sound and...
It's like Neville's I looked back nostalgically.
Oh my God, she must have peeked at the notes.
The island
Triple D Mark Dockery.
Yeah.
Look at our official greeter, Sizzle. Yo.
Yes, good on ya.
Sizzle, you're
Gail.
awesome, man. Bring him in. Bring him in.
Yeah.
So, Mark.
She's doing half the donut.
Half a donut.
Dark mockery. Hello.
All right, so we talked about that whole thing. Neville gets to the top of the gangplank. He turns around and he sees the island of Barbados nostalgically. Right? So much more comprehensive than I would be happy if I got my wish fulfilled. Happy if I got my wish fulfilled. Victoria?
Yes.
If we have a good lunch, I'll be happy.
Happy.
If we have something after a good lunch, I'll be happy.
If we have a bad lunch, I'll be sad.
Sad.
Yeah, no.
All right, so,
yes.
Ready? So we're going to dive in. Victoria, what do you got next on that there thing? So we talked about, oh my God, Neville's second question. Everybody type it in. Neville's second question.
Jake knew this was coming up.
Yeah, Jake saw it last night. Yeah, he did. He was on the watch party.
I said once before, you're psychic to something on the show when he knew exactly what was coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And he did it again.
Yeah, see, Jake's like that, yo.
He is.
So, Neville's second question. If you remember what it is, that's cool. If not, we're going to set the stage because this really helps you get what a scene really is. So, Victoria, let us continue. There's some Neville Goddard quote there for you to read.
So Neville got a quote number 1. I guess that's where I start.
Numero uno.
What would it be like if I were the man I want to be?
Remember, identity-based manifesting? You heard it here first. I'm really big on this, but more on that later.
So you start with wanting to be. You desire to be other than the man that you seem to be.
Can anybody relate to that? If yes, type yes.
Yeah.
Right? Seriously.
Yeah. Well, now, is it true that I could be?
Right? We're suspending disbelief. We've talked about that before. Well, is it true? Is it possible for me? Is it possible? Is it possible for me? That little bit of pondering, sort of like, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you don't believe it's possible for you, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Which doesn't feel like much. When I was a little kid, $200 felt like a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's funny how it all changes, isn't it?
Yeah, but not when you get older.
No.
But when you discover how big you are. But
yeah.
More on that later.
Well, now, is it true that I could be? Well, if it were true, what would you see?
Oh, keep going. Now that's the world of content, by the way. Everybody goes, well, I don't see nothing, so I don't use sayings. I just feel something. This is unbelievable.
If true, what would you see? And how would you see the world?
How would you see the world? I like to add in the word differently, right? So, and this is a big one, guys. I want you to start thinking about something. If you doubled your income and you worked half the time, right now, how would you see $100 differently? If you doubled your income and worked half the time again, how would you experience $100 differently? Right? If you're imagining being super wealthy and $100 scares the shit out of you, you're not in state. Unbelievable. Yeah.
And the amplifier is, and how would your friends see you?
All right, you get this? How would you see the world differently, and how would your friends see you? Now, if you want this to reverb back and forth with status sizzle, this is good fun, because it's the difference between experiencing status and seeking approval. I'm not saying you're doing that, but like Sizzle and I've been yakking about status. Because if it's like, oh fuck, I need approval, that's different than like, yo, we're happy for you.
Yes.
It's so massively different. It's not like, oh my god. It's like, oh cool, man. Like it's the difference between, I never thought you could have a car like that. Right? You get it? So we want to nail that. But how would you see the world differently? How would you experience $100 differently? How would you experience let us continue, Victoria, with the next Neville Goddard quote.
The next Neville Goddard quote.
This is Neville Goddard quote 2.
So that first one was from Neville's lecture, He is Dreaming Now.
Yep. Boom.
And the next one's from a really old lecture. 11th of March 1968.
I was 2 then. I was like, I didn't have a leisure suit then. I had like a diaper.
A leisure suit.
I was
you
so
weren't leisure
cool.
suit Larry yet.
No.
Okay. Neville got a quote 2. Tonight, know what you want and go right in and occupy it. Don't ask anyone's permission. Just put yourself into the state you desire to experience by asking yourself this question.
Here it is, variation number 2.
How would I feel if I saw the world from that state?
All right, so if you doubled your income, worked half the time, you know, I keep saying this. Yeah, how would you get it? How would you feel if you saw the world from that state? This is really, really cool because most of the time when people think scene, they think movie. And then we help them shrink it down a little bit. It's not a movie, it's Victoria's yum, right? It's how does that yum make me feel when I experience that, right? Now here's the cool thing. Let us continue, Victoria. Scroll way down.
Way down.
Way down.
Okay.
We talked about that. Blah, blah, blah. You all remember the 4 mighty ones?
Yes.
We're going to tie them into this in a really cool way. So after today's show, go back and watch the playlist at feelitrealfun.com, the 4 mighty ones. You're going to experience them in a totally new, different way. Look at all these cool kids here.
I know.
Oh my God. Session 6, Brian. Boom. 66. So, you ready, Victoria?
Yes.
Let's talk about the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor, right?
All right, okay. Quick recap.
Yeah, quick recap.
Okay.
Victoria, tell us about the producer. What does the producer do?
Sets the stage, the theme in general.
If you've ever gone to a play and you walk in and you go, oh, wow, there's the stage, right? It's a rodeo, right? Cool. You can just tell it's going to be a rodeo, right? You can walk in before the actors come on. The producer has set the stage. It's a rodeo. Wow. What next, Victoria?
The next one's the director. We looked at him yesterday. The writer, sorry, not the director.
God.
The author. Writer, author. He writes the last scene in full drama or dramatic detail, as we like to say.
Dramatic detail.
Yes.
It's not ages and ages of stuff. That's that final snip, right? Wow. Neville turns around nostalgically, right? It's that pivotal point after the play where everyone goes, wow, remember when he, wow. There's that moment in time. Okay, continue, Victoria. That was the writer.
Next one's the director. The attentive and obedient. Keeps the actor faithful.
So if you doubled your income and worked half the time and doubled your income and worked half the time and you got... What bill did I pay yesterday? It was the water bill.
Too. The water bill and
Yeah, the internet bill.
Yeah. Internet. Yeah.
Yeah. Now here's the problem, guys. Right? So I double the income, work half the time. Then you know what we do? We double the income, work half the time again, and then we double the income and work half the time again. And then the accountant has a problem with me. Right? And the problem that he has with me is personal bills. You know, okay, I get it. But we get this internet bill. It's $100 a month. Right? It takes me 2 minutes to pay it. I'm not a fan. Right? I just want to pay it for the year and be done with it, right? Multiply 115.25 times 12, pay the goddamn thing, right? Drives her and him nuts, right? I try to explain, that's 2 minutes of my month. You got it? This is very real.
Yeah.
Yesterday I come over and I tell her, here they are. And I give them to her, right? I want to pay the whole damn thing for the year because financially that is not a problem. I don't want to be going, did the bill come? I don't know. When's the last time I paid it? See, it's just because the internet is important to me. Right? I just want to pay it for the year. You got it? How would
grossly important. It's like our business.
It's the business, right?
Based
Yeah.
on
Whenever we're getting stuff done to the house, we point out, you see that line? You do not fuck with that line. Right? Believe me, I will make your life hell if you touch it. Right?
I mentioned that to Carstens when he was
do not
up
screw
there.
that line up. Right?
This line is more important to 20 than the
anything.
electric line. Do
Exactly.
not
Do
run
not
into it.
touch that, right?
Yeah.
Now, seriously, now here's the cool thing, guys. How would I see the world if I doubled my income and worked half the time? I'd want to pay the bills for a year in advance. You get it? How do I experience the world as an internet marketer? That line is sacred. You got it? Boom, Lisa. It's true. That's the funny thing is, it's true.
Yeah.
Welcome to my quirky world. You ever notice, watch Disney films. How often do they portray rich people as quirky? All the time. Every rich person in a Disney film, look, and they just do silly and weird things. They've got funny ideas like, don't touch that. Right? It's true. Right. Let us continue, Victoria.
Okay. And the last one, I guess you guys all know, is the actor himself.
Oh my God, Jehovah.
Yeah.
Jehovah.
The Son of God.
Good, sorry.
That's it, Jehovah himself, the Son of God.
Right, the actor. Now,
Yes.
here's the thing, guys. So you go to the play. The play has a wonderful stage setup.
Oh, it does.
Right? And you look at it, and the final scene has been written really well. Maybe you've read about it, and you know it's going to come. You can't wait to see it. It's like, if I were a rich man, right? And so, you know, that's the pivot thing, right?
Yeah.
A doobie doobie doo, all right? So it's like the core of that, right?
We love Fiddler on the Roof. Yes.
And then the director's basically helping Tevier stay on target, right? If I were a wow squirrel, right? $97, right? All that stuff.
Yes.
But when the actor has amnesia, here's the ultimate invisible scene. Mary Hills, welcome to the show. The ultimate invisible scene, and this is why everyone, all the time, is manifesting with scenes. Your scene is how you see the world. Write that down. Because there's the content part of the scene. Oh, there's a cottage door and it clicks. Got it. But how do you see the world as someone who doesn't have the building fell apart? Right? It's a totally different thing. Whenever you get... See, here's the thing. Ready? Unbelievable. Right? So Loving Puppy Dad last night. Right? Here's a great example. The state of Loving Puppy Dad sees the computer last night specifically as Puppy Porthole. So I sit down and I order 12 balls, right? They're normally like $12, $15 a piece. I got them for $6 a piece.
Yeah.
Right? 12 balls for Bruce. Very specific balls, right?
Yes,
You think
he
I'm
loves
quirky
these
about the
particular
internet,
ones.
right?
Yeah.
He's quirky about his balls, right?
He is.
So, a dog is quirky about his balls. Yeah, a dog is eating his dog. That's right. So, and then while we're there, we also order up some bad cousins, right? We order them from the other company, right? But this is so cool for me because the computer, the state of Loving Puppy Dad, sees the computer as Puppy Portal. But of course, Victoria's close by, and the state of Loving Husband says, "Hey, babe, check this out." Right? I'm sharing. That's what we do. We share in the entertainment. You know what we do for entertainment at night? We start the computer and order dog toys. Right? Peek into our world, but it's true, right?
Yep.
And then finally, the state of Loving Teacher, the way it sees all of that, is sharing it with you as a teaching lesson. You get it? Where you're always living, you're always experiencing, you're always imagining scenes. Always. Some people will watch this and they'll be in the state of argumentative. And they will see me as someone to argue against. And they'll say, Mr. 20, I'm disagreeing with you. Because, I don't make a scene about arguing with you, I just do. And so, right, you just do. Right? So when you see me and you hear me talk, like, what is it that kicks you in the jimmy, right? You're making a scene. Right. Oh my God, those fucking dogs. Anyway, literally. Yay! Okay. We're going to do our medicine today. So, Victoria, how was that?
There's a little bit of a quote here. I don't know if we leave it alone.
Oh, let's toss it in.
What the hell? Yeah.
Dark.
I disagree that people disagree with 20.
That's right. He
Good on
would.
Right. So, the form of the fourth is like the Son of God. So he's talking about the actor here and the four mighty ones. So, the form of the fourth is like the Son of God. Human imagination, the actor. This fourth mighty one performs within himself, in imagination, the predetermined action which implies the fulfillment of the wish.
You get it? How do you react to? Right? Oh, there's the machine. It's the puppy portal. Go ahead.
This function does not visualize or observe the action. This function actually enacts the drama and does it over and over again until it takes on the tones of reality.
Boom. You get it? It surrenders to it. There's the big thing. Surrender to it. Those two are amazing today. Anyhow. All right, so that's it, guys. Scene or no scene, trick question, because all the time you're experiencing the content. What would you see if your wish were fulfilled? Right? Right? What would you hear? Yum, right? But on the other hand, the subtle, the invisible scene, it's always how you're seeing the world, right? How you see 97 bucks. How you see, hey, it's a podcast by 20. Oh, I can go argue with him. He'll put me on mute. So, Victoria.
Yes.
Your turn.
So, what we want to know...
She's been holding it in this whole time.
Holding it in.
She can't wait.
What was your strawberry bet?
Hashtag strawberry bet. Victoria, what was your hashtag strawberry bet?
Hashtag strawberry bet. Thank you. Good. I heard it today.
Yes.
Whoa! Didn't hear it yesterday.
Oh, look at that. It just keeps on going.
Whoops-a-daisy. I just love those key questions of Neville's. How would you see the world? How would your friends see you? You know, I know there's some in between there, but or outside of that, I love those questions because it really it gets me in touch. It doesn't get me in touch. It amplifies the feeling.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean? When I think of those questions, it's like. Yeah, it generates the feeling. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it just draws you right in.
Yeah, so that's my strawberry bit. How about you?
I love when people tell me, I'm imagining my friends congratulating me, but it feels fake. And the reason why it feels fake is...
You don't got any friends.
You got no friend for you. It's because you haven't nailed the invisible state first. If your friends were happy for you and you're going, oh, it feels fake, right? That means, how do you see your friends? Yeah, see, if I doubled my income, I worked half the time, and doubled my income, I worked half my time again, and they said, fuck, do you work? I said, not really. I mean, portable, disposable thing, yada, yada, yada. But it's like, but if that feels forced or fake, that means I'm not in my invisible scene. Yeah. My invisible scene has me... expect my friends to sooner or later work up the courage. Right? And for years ago, I mean, it was funny. We'd be at the dog park, and sooner or later, like, my friend Ellen would say, do you work?
That's right, yeah.
Right? Not really.
Because that's when she used to work night shift.
Oh, yeah.
So she'd come...
Yeah, it's like, you look tired, sweetheart. Look at you.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. What do you do?
Yeah.
Boom. All right.
Cool. Sweet. So, thank you. That's our hashtag strawberry bits.
That's right.
What's your hashtag strawberry bits?
Yep. Go find one.
Go find them.
Yep.
And meanwhile, go to freeneville.com.
221 email list pseudo-random.
Goodness.
Oh, till one of us dies.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
15 to 25 minutes a day. Like half a donut a day is what it costs, but what's it costing you to dick around?
And actually, manifestingtothemax.com comes up because this is so much on identity. Identity-based manifesting.
We should have just not even promoted. Well, pretend we didn't say manifestingmasterycourse.com. It's only 97 cents a day, half a donut, and so on. Instead, let's just run with...
manifestingtothemax.com.
That's right.
Because,
it really does.
Nails
that
all of
that
that, what we've done today.
Yep.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's
Perry
right.
Culver's here.
Yo, Perry, how you doing, buddy?
Cool.
What do you do? That's it. What do I doobie doobie do? Bum 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 bum. Doobie doobie doo.
Cool. Okay. Have a great day, night.
Yeah,
And
we'll be doing a watch party later. Much.
we will be.
That's right. Maybe
Normal
we'll
show tomorrow.
True.
Long show our Friday, 2 days away.
Yeah.
Of your questions answered live.
You get that's going to be like the first or the last show of like the new questions answered for the Artificial Distinction Day. Yay!
It'll be the first show of the new year.
Yeah. Artificial Distinction Day.
Artificial distinction.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, they made it up. It's like you can't have the new year begin in spring because that makes sense, right? Like the April Fools, right? So we're the ones that believe that the year begins in spring because that's when everything like does this, right?
That's not our spring. It's our autumn.
Well,
Australia.
but we're talking up north is where they made the whole thing up.
Oh, right.
And so they said, we're going to make an artificial, useless distinction. We're going to have the new year start on January the 1st. Why? We don't know.
Because we can.
Exactly. It's like Australia. Spring begins on what day? It's like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't start
it's never on
that
the
day.
1st. It's always on the 22nd.
Yeah, it really is on the 22nd-ish. I mean, you based upon what's actually happening in the world. But no, we're going to make an artificial, useless distinction. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Men are from Mars and men are from my